Yay for random emo moments. And random hawk things. It's funny, she gets the idea to email Leon, which is one of only 3 mentions he'll get in this game. But she doesn't think to email Chris. I don't know. Speaking of which, as you noticed, like in 3, we only have 1 playable character. There's no option or anything to play as a second one. Or is there? Another thing I kind of like to think is, this game kind of combines some of the best of the previous games. Like, it kind of has a zapping system, like, too, where if you do something, it'll affect another character. Like, if you take the submachine gun as Claire, in Claire A, and then you won't have that in Leon B, which is what I'm saying. Even with a zapping system, it's really just average at best. There really isn't a zapping system, in my opinion. And that thing's metal, so we can't actually take it out. We're gonna have to kind of improvise a bit and get a non-metal version, but we don't have any materials. So let's take our stuff. We don't really have a safe box, so to speak, so if you want to leave anything, like, if you want to leave the knife, for instance, you might as well. And I think I might actually... I guess I'll show off our new guns right here in a bit. These are pretty good weapons. I highly recommend that you go after them when you can. You can dual wield with it, actually, which is... I don't think any other game in the series did that. I don't know if 3 did. Probably did. Explodey barrel! Yay! Word of caution, do not stand next to explosive things. Not just because it's obviously bad, but because it usually will instant kill you or bring you to danger. Or at least to the next stage of health. Now as you can see, this thing is pretty powerful, but it wastes bullets very quickly. We're already down to 90%, and spoiler warning, there's no ammo for it. I'm gonna want to take this and a guillotine. I'm not gonna ask. This place looks like a concentration camp, but a guillotine? I don't think even the Nazis used that. I could be wrong. But let's not discuss that. Oh yeah, we totally didn't see that coming. Well, something like that happening anyway. Dogs in this game are actually kind of easy to deal with. I'm not really going to deal with the dogs in here, as you can tell, because we want to come here a few times. And I'm going to use the padlock key, because I want to free up space. You'll see in a bit. Also, like in previous games, when you get the option to discard something, do it. It's never worth it to actually hold on to something, unless if it doesn't give you the option to discard and it's still there, then it's worthwhile to keep. I think I was like a frame away from getting grabbed. Now, word of caution, we're gonna have to revisit these 2 areas quite often. The zombies will frequently respawn, which is really annoying. I only recommend you take out the zombies here because it's kind of difficult to get by. And also, as you're seeing, I'm dual wielding, which is really nice. You can switch between dual wield and like aiming on a single target. And we're already down to 80%, so I might want to save my ammo. Whoa, you're still alive. Oh, I thought there was another one. At this point, if you didn't grab the ink ribbon below, I recommend now going down and just saving right there. I don't think the zombies will respawn unless you, like, go to the area outside of, like, that area with, that leads into the thing with the guillotine, like, just before it. But I really just hate the whole respawning. So, this game, I believe, is the only one where you had to manually check items in order to get something. In some cases, it's kind of absurd, or at least just okay. I could have done without that. And this is what we're going to need to improvise with the Hawk thing, Hawk emblem. As you can see, even though the extinguisher is empty, it didn't go away. And I have no idea where an extinguish it could be. I have no idea where an extinguishant could be, but I don't really care at this point, because I don't think we'll need it anytime soon. And now this area is full of zombies. Well, now the zombies are generally roaming about. I do not recommend that you take them out ever, because like they'll respawn. The ones in the graveyard, I don't really see a problem with taking out because it's kind of hard to get by them. Other than that, well, we're actually almost done with this area, and we're gonna head to our next one.
Please deposit any metallic items you have.
There's no rest for the dead. What the? Oh, the lighter. Well, at least you guys get to see what happens if you go through with a metal item. Unfortunately, we can't take out the grenade rounds or the first aid spray. We don't have a grenade launcher, at least not yet, because it's the female Resident Evil item. Oh, we have to press this. They're really hitting on that thing. So let's put that here, and I think I'll talk about some of the differences between the X version of Code Veronica and the regular Dreamcast version. There really isn't any. The X version on the PS2 GameCube is slightly patched up visually. They didn't take out like any glitches. They added cutscenes, like they kind of expanded on a few, and at a few specific ones. So let's get out and... Who didn't see that coming? I sure didn't. I always get out of that without ever getting hit, but that's my curse. I don't know why that one zombie is in there. Like, still in the window area. We don't have room for the empty extinguisher, but you might as well just leave it there. It's completely useless for now. I guess if we have to revisit this area ever again, then I'll probably come back for it. But for now, we don't have to. I do think there's a map in that, little mess hall thing there. And the next area is open. Don't you guys just love convoluted fetch quests? I don't. And yes, we have to actually take the long way around, because Claire can't just hop over the friggin' Jeep. Well, maybe because of the hole there. worried it'll fall over or something. There's a herb over here. We're full on inventory. It wouldn't be Resident Evil without inventory problems, now would it? Well, even though it's never really a problem in 4, except when you get the RPG for free. Not sure if touching the fire actually hurts you, but I don't feel like testing. Now, even though most zombies respawn, you can probably take them all out. Like, literally all of them out. No problem. Like, if you have to go to a required area where they're gonna respawn, like, multiple times, you can probably still kill them in the required times. And still have enough ammo for the game. You can also get a little interesting thing here if you, if you get grabbed by a zombie, and you push them off, you'll actually be able to throw them off the railing. It's interesting, because you can't really do that at any other point in the game. The knife's really good for taking out the dogs, actually, but these are probably the only ones I'm ever going to use them on. So I'm going to talk about the knife. The knife is different in this game, like, not just damage-wise, but the way it works. It goes in a swipe rather than a stab. Which is why it works better. It counts as multiple hits, if you, like, do it right. Because it hitbox. Also, I'd like to point out one thing. I do not condone animal violence unless an animal is attacking you. I thought that died. The dog made a yelp of pain before it made the dying yelp because the first hit counted as it getting hit, and then the second hit was it dying. But once again, I don't condone animal violence unless they're zombie animals, in which case it is completely justified. Unless it's a zombie bear, in which case, I instead advise you guys to run for your life. Also, interesting feature. You can actually use herbs on the fly instead of only when you get them. Really useful, I like that. Because, like, if you're, like, on danger and you really need a herb, but you don't have the space, just grab one. Well, literally. Wouldn't be a Resident game about a big, scary, nearly empty place. In this case, it's a mansion, just like the first game. Which, you know, I'm not complaining, I like that. I mean, that's one of the better things in the game, having a mansion. Actually, well, it's a pretty small mansion compared to the one in the original, but I'm not complaining. I think, technically speaking, only 3 doesn't have a big main central hub with all the zombies. Like the original had a mansion, of course, and 2 had RPD. And later the Umbrella place. And this is also our first actual save room, which is nice. And that's probably all you're gonna see me using the knife for. Because I don't really care about it. At all. This game is just handing out herbs. I would also say this game is kind of a bit more difficult when it comes to combat. Because when it comes to, like, the later portions of the game, because unlike the originals, where I kind of felt that combat got a bit easier, this game doesn't really have that. Although I found that Claire's scenario got progressively harder when it came to combat in Resident Evil 2. because she can't upgrade her weapons, unlike Leon. They start off as pretty powerful, and then they kind of become a bit useless, all except the grenade launcher and handgun. The bowgun was more or less useless, and I'm fucking up with the controls. Great open for this Let's Play! Who the heck is that? Seriously, is that like a Capcom employee? NTCO394. And before I forget that somehow. Oh, that's a picture of Hunk, actually. The thing with the red on the warning. Oh, I never really noticed that. Hunk is from the Resident Evil 2 scenario, the fourth survivor. Which, yeah, I haven't gone on doing, I know. But that's because I can't complete it. Yeah, I really suck, I know. I'm actually not lying, I've had a hard time doing it. And discard, because it literally has no use. The lighter also has a few other functions, which I'm going to show right here. Like, besides lighting up some of the dark areas of the game, because this game has a lot of dark areas. As you saw, the area with the zombies before the graveyard, like, that was kind of in between, the gate with the emblem, and the gate before the mess hall. That is probably one of the darkest areas in the game, and on my old TV, it was hard as fuck to see through, I won't lie. And that's part of why I want to wait till I got my HD capture card to Let's Play this game. I wouldn't really say this is my first HD Let's Play, my first true one. That'll come at a later time. Like after I'm done with this and... like after I'm done with this game. And before you all ask, this is being made before the poll for Metal Gear Solid or Ocarina of Time is made, so I'm not sure which game. Unfortunately, Jill isn't in this game. More spoilers, I'm sorry you guys have to know that. But she got her own game, so I think it's fair. Which, I think that was actually one of the criticisms for 3. The fact that you could only play as one character. But you know, I'm not sure if that is a criticism. I've never seen that really been complained about. There were bats in that room with the briefcase. As you saw, the lighter keeps them away. If you don't have it, they'll attack you repeatedly. You can kill them with a knife or an weapon, but I just find having a lighter is easy because they only appear in a few times throughout the game. It's not really worth killing them. It is, however, worth killing all of these zombies. Also, warning when you're fighting zombies, they can randomly speed up on you, like randomly start running when they see you. It can be completely random as to when it happens. Usually, it will happen when they're pretty far away. But you can never really predict when they're gonna do that, honestly. I think there's another zombie over there. More handgun ammo. This game is just handing ammo. It's wanting me to kill everything in sight. And I thought the ginger was... Actually, what is the color of Steve's hair? I'm not sure. Looks weird, though. Actually, wait, I think he's a... I'm not sure what color his hair is, but I don't really care. Either way, well, at least he's not the only weird person. Ooh. Shiny. Ah, oh, damn it, the room wants a shiny thing to itself. Looks like it's getting hot in here. Judging by the way the things are kind of just swerving and stuff. You win this time, Room. You can keep the shiny to yourself. I guess with that, we are done here. Next on Resident Evil Code Veronica X, we are gonna continue looking through this mansion and the rest of the island. I will see you all later. Thank you all for watching.